This is El Capo, Jason Gotti. This is my second blog for Ring Fever. Tonight I want to talk about bullying, which is something that really hits home to me because when I was a kid I was bullied. And I can really relate to a lot of different people out there, especially if some wrestling fans are watching this. I'm specifically talking to you guys and everybody else that's ever been bullied or is going through being bullied right now. My real name's Dominic. I was bullied. I'd say probably starting, I'm going to say late 8th grade to early 10th grade. I was made fun of mainly because of my weight, because I was short, and basically I was just different. I also developed some depression, which I still deal with on a daily basis. Not from bullying anymore, because I haven't been bullied, but just from other things. But when I first started noticing the depression, I didn't know what it was back then. I do now. Was mainly because of bullying and other things that was going on that I don't want to talk about, not in this blog anyway. A lot of people, they used to just make fun of me because of my weight, call me fat, fat ass, all kinds of different names that you can think of. Made fun of my chest, said I was a girl and stuff like that because I was heavy. Made fun of me, said I had boobs and stuff like that. I didn't necessarily come from a lot of money, and basically I pretty much had to buy everything myself. So back in those days, I really didn't have the nicest clothes or anything like that. So I would just wear what I had, and I remember being made fun of for stuff like that too, because I didn't have like name brand stuff like Jordans and stuff like that. And then they had a dress code policy where we all wear uniforms in my school, but before that I was made fun of for what I wear. It basically, what it did to me is it gave me a negative outlook towards the world, and it made me hate inside and become very angry, and especially depressed. There was times when I didn't want to go to school at all. There was times when I would just try not to interact with other kids because I was getting made fun of, and it was terrible. It really makes me mad because a lot of people out there, there's kids out there that are killing themselves because they're being bullied, and they come home one day and their parents find them hanging in their bedroom, and it's not until something like that happens that we all want to say, "Oh, this is such a tragedy. This is terrible. How could this happen?" Well, the fact is, it happens, and it's happening right now as I'm speaking. Somewhere in the world, there's a child being bullied. Somewhere in the world, there's a kid who's thinking about killing himself. Somewhere around the world, there's a kid right now that's either hanging himself or slicing his wrist or taking pills and ending his life because of the pain and torment that he feels. And maybe because I'm not a celebrity, but maybe because I have some notoriety through wrestling, me speaking can reach some other people, and maybe you can realize that what, this isn't the way to go. Here's the bottom line. We all know right from wrong. It's what we choose. It's our path. We either choose the right way and do the right things, and that's in life, or we go the other way and we do the wrong things. But the bottom line is we all know what's right and wrong, and everybody knows that it's wrong to bully people. Now, to the bullies out there that are doing it, maybe you're doing it to fit in yourselves so that you're not also being bullied. You know what I mean? Or maybe you're just doing it because you have a bad home life and you're taking it out on others. Here's the bottom line: put yourself in the people that you're bullying shoes. How would you feel? Would you like to walk around and get made fun of because of whatever it is? Whatever. You're short, you're fat, whatever it is that the kids want to make fun of you about. How would you feel? You want to walk around school and be afraid? Because I don't think you do. Well, that's what you're doing, everybody. That's what you're doing to these kids that you're bullying. And for every kid that you're making feel bad, you know what? You go home and you play your video games, or you talk to your friends, or you do whatever you got to do, and you forget about that kid. Well, guess what? That kid didn't forget about you. And that kid's in pain, and that kid could be crying in his room right now, and you're the cause of it. So ask yourself this: do you want to be the cause of someone else's pain? Because I don't know about you, but I don't. And I don't really think you guys do either. I think, mostly is, don't realize what you're doing. You just think it's innocent, and it's not. It doesn't have to be a part of growing up. bullying can happen when you're an adult too. You know, it could be in the workplace, it could be at a gym, you know, wherever it can happen. There's adults that are bullies, and it just needs to stop. There's a lot of organizations out there, Kicking It, which I know from FWE. I believe it's workkickingit.org. They do a lot of work with it, but basically, we don't have to rely on Kicking It or Jason Gotti or whoever to stop it. We can stop it. It takes one person to change the world, and it takes one person to start a revolution. And so to speak, we can basically put a stop to this. You know what I mean? To the kids that are being bullied, I know it's rough and I know it sucks, and you might feel like I felt, and you might be depressed or not want to go to school anymore. You might be a bright kid, and you might be flunking out. I mean, I barely got by school. Mainly when I was being bullied, I didn't care about it, and I just passed by the grades of my teeth. You know, I didn't apply myself. You guys can put a stop to this too. You don't have to be afraid anymore. You can go and you can talk to your mom or, you know, a counselor or anyone about it. And I'm going to tell you the truth. You know, you might have a roadblock. You might tell a teacher, and they might not do nothing about it. But don't stop. Bring awareness to it and make your own bullying stop. I was able to stop it through fighting. I beat up my bullies after I stopped getting depressed, and I just remember, you know, literally beating this one kid up so bad that they were going to arrest me for assault. And luckily, my teacher came to my aid and said, you know, it wasn't my fault. But here's the bottom line. You know, that's just one of many kids that I had to beat up because I was getting picked on. And you know what? I wish I didn't have to do that. It made them stop. It made them leave me alone because then they were afraid of what I could do physically to them. But at the same time, I still felt alone, and I still felt different, and I still felt like an outsider. And even in my adult life, I still feel that way sometimes. And I think that you know, being bullied had something to do with it. I'm kind of a loner. That's just how I am. You know, and I think it'll make you not be able to trust people as easy, which it did for me. You know, because like if I meet someone now, in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, what are they trying to get out of me? You know, because you know, it's just something. I'm just speaking from my own personal experiences. Everybody's different. That's just how I feel. The whole reason I'm doing this video is because it's something that bothers me, because I don't want to wake up and hear about a kid that killed himself that could have been prevented. Because you know, in life there's so many bad things, you know, but there's also so many good things. And sometimes, like, especially when you're in that dark moment, you know, you don't see those things. All you see is the bad. But I'm telling you guys, you can overcome it, man. You know, I was told that I'll never be a wrestler, that I was too short and I was too fat and this and that. Well, you know what? I did it. Everybody that told me I couldn't do it, I proved wrong. And I made them eat their words. And you guys can do that too. You know what I mean? To the kid that's wearing the John Cena t-shirt that's getting made fun of because he likes wrestling, you know what? You can be the next John Cena. I mean it. You can. You have to do it through hard work and dedication. You're going to have some ups and downs, but you can overcome this bullying situation, and you can, you know, you can maybe, if you want to be a wrestler, you could do it, and maybe you can have your own video blog one day and talk about it. I think that maybe God put me through a lot of the bad things that I went through in my life. Bullying was one of them for a reason. I really didn't understand at the time that it was happening, but now I'm starting to realize if I didn't go through these things, I wouldn't be able to talk about it, and I wouldn't be able to share my experiences, and I wouldn't be able to have empathy and relate to other people. So, like I said, the whole reason I'm doing this is not for me. It's for every kid out there that doesn't have a voice and that's afraid. Don't be afraid. Look them in the eye and overcome them, because you have it inside of you, and you don't have to be a victim. You don't have to be a number to bullying. You can overcome this. So, just please, everybody, just try to put an end to this and try to make the world a better place. That's really all I care about. As I want the world to be a better place, because it doesn't have to be so bad. So that's my weekly blog for Ring Fever. Remember, Ring Fever, where the fans are the stars and there is no cure. Thanks for listening.